Let's go ahead and add a new shared printer to our domain. Right-click on the empty area within the right-hand side list view. From the context menu that pops up, let's click on Add Printer menu item. This starts the Network Printer installation wizard. Let's make sure Create a new port and Add a new printer option is selected, and for this value, we have selected Local Port. Having selected these options, let's click Next. A new dialog pops up which asks for a name for the printer port you are trying to install. Network printer ports are what the printer driver uses to communicate with the physical device across a network. These ports may be standard TCP, IP printer ports, line printer remote or LPR ports, or other kinds of ports. This port name must be unique within a Windows domain. Let's name this printer port Tetra. Click on OK. Next, you are brought to the printer driver page. Let's make sure you have selected Install New Driver option. Click Next. Now here you need to pick the exact make and model of the printer which you are trying to install. Windows comes prepackaged with a ton of printer drivers. So if it is a mainstream printer make and model, chances are Windows will already have this printer in its repository. Alternatively, you can also manually import an appropriate printer driver. Anyway, for this demo purpose, let's pick a simple configuration. Let's select the manufacturer as generic and the printers as generic/text only. Click Next. Now on this next step, you are provided with an opportunity to name your printer. Here we recommend that you use a very explicit name so that the printer is easily recognizable. You can append the make, model, and physical location of the printer so that the domain's users can find the appropriate printer easily. For instance, you can use names like Colored HP Laser Printer near the storeroom, or Canon Laser Printer on the 4th floor. For this demo, we will keep things simple and name this new network printer Tetra. Let's make sure you check the option Share this printer. You also have the option to provide a share name. This share name is the name which is visible to the network users. Once again, try to be as descriptive as possible. A printer's share name must not contain spaces, and the name must not be longer than 31 characters. Generally, we use the same share name as the original printer name so that things are consistent. So following that convention, let's name this shared printer Tetra. For location, you can be descriptive about the physical location of the printer. Let's set the location as IT room. Then click Next. Oops, we got an error. The warning states that the share name already exists, and we know these share names must be unique in a domain. Let's assign it a new name. So we will just need to change the share name to Tetra1. And to keep things consistent, let's also rename the printer name to Tetra1. Okay, now click Next. Great. So this time around, we did not get any error. Here you are presented with a summary of the new printer you are about to install. Let's quickly review it and then click Next. Now the printer wizard is installing the necessary drivers, which should be quick because these generic drivers are already included in the Windows driver repository. Once the installation is completed, click Finish. Okay, now you can see you have a new printer, Tetra1, listed in the list of printers within this Windows Active Directory domain. Now let's head back to the Server Manager. Click on the Tools menu. From the drop-down menu, let's select Active Directory Users and Computers, or ADUC. Here, let's select the domain node and right-click on it. From the context menu that opens up, click on Find submenu. This is the Find Domain Object dialog, where you can search for all kinds of Active Directory domain objects. We intend to find the newly added printer. So let's select the type of object to find as printers, and click on Find Now. This will list all the shared printers available to us within this Windows domain. As you can see, only one printer is displayed here, and this is not even the new printer we added, so what gives? Well, let's head back to the Print Management console. Here, let's select the new Tetra1 printer and right-click on our new printer. Here, you will notice this menu item, List in Directory. Sometimes Windows does not list the shared printers in the Active Directory. If you run into this situation, then you have to come to this management console and explicitly list the printer in the directory by selecting this option. So let's go ahead and click on this option. Okay, great. Now this new printer should be visible in the Active Directory domain. Listing printers in Active Directory Domain Services, ADDS, makes it easier for users to locate and install printers. After you install printers on a printer server, you can use Print Management to list them in ADDS. Okay, let's go back to the Find Objects dialog. And if we click on Find Now, you will see that the printer list has been refreshed. And now this new printer, Tetra 1, is displayed in this list. And the location for the new printer is IT room, just like we said it. Great, so everything is working as expected.